Hello guys, it's Rob Cicchetto again, Earth's resident zombie artist and lover of all things pop culture. I like it to draw, so I like to also show you some of my drawings. Incidentally, if you didn't know, I am Rob Cicchetto. I invented zombie portraits back in 2006, and I've been doing them ever since. I have done over 10,000 all across this globe so far, and I would really love to do yours next. So yeah, check out my zombie portraits website, and also Zombie Daily, where all of the art that I do here ends up going to. And that it gets posted on there. So yes, please check that out. And if you have the inclination, or if you have the ways and means, if you could help support that channel, which basically supports everything I kind of do too, and most importantly, buys me art supplies. That's where the funding that I request for the free Patreon goes to. So you get lots of awesome content. You can make requests or suggestions, of course, and watch me draw the stuff. Then check it out. Check out the finished product on the Zombie Daily page, and that's on my Patreon. That's on Patreon.com. So yes, find me there. I will leave the link in the either description or comments, possibly both, so you can find it easily. So yeah, today we're going to be working on a page from Cape Fear 2. Yes. And I'm going to try to get in nice and close, although there is a delay on my camera, which makes it a little difficult to see or time exactly, but I think this is pretty good. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. So what I have to kind of do too is go back and I have to find reference for the background. Like there's a pole back there, and I think it's got some kind of like Art Deco-y design on it. I think that it looks like this, but I have to check. So I have to do that. So I have to get some of the previous pages, and not the rough pages, but the actual pages I drew, because I did change things in the, from the rough to the good. Call it the good version. So yeah, I'm just basically embellishing what I've already kind of drawn. Again, the backstory for this character is he's an abusive father, and he has been constituted from a baby that was kicked out of her womb by her pimp, and the baby turns into his father. So that's where we're at in this part of the story. And what happens next, you'll just have to tune in and check out the comic to see. So when I do cons, I always have copies of Cape Fear and the prequel comic with me, obviously, to sell at conventions, right? So I go there promoting Cape Fear as well, and a lot of people ask me, they'll pick it up and they'll kind of look through it and be intrigued, and then they'll ask me, like, what it's about, and my answer to them now is it's a cross between Lord of the Rings and X-Files. So when I say that, it's kind of my 5-second elevator pitch type of thing. But it gets people intrigued right away because that's what it is. I actually figured that out. I kind of thought about it, and I thought, man, you know what? It is very much like Lord of the Rings in that there's adventure and stuff like that, and danger and like a quest and things of that nature. But it also has like a total other side of it, which is actually more important. That involves mystery and I don't want to give it away, so check it out, guys, for real. And I'll leave a link to where you can actually buy a copy, and you can ask me to sign it if you'd like online if you can't catch me at a con. So those of you outside of my range, if you could. If you wanted to order something online, I can set you up. Man. So Cape Fear 2, this is where we are right now. Cape Fear 1 is in fact actually in its second printing. Might even be third. Is it second? I think second. Yes. So it is a 150-page graphic novel. It's $20. And like I said, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of excitement. Art's crazy. It's black and white interiors. So prepare your mind. Open your mind. Yeah, to the black and white thing, because I know a lot of people maybe aren't used to that because everything is saturated with computer color and everything. We take that for granted, right? But the black and white really is very detailed. There's lots to see, and there's a lot to experience. So yeah, highly recommended. Being a comic book reader, collector, and everything myself, I enjoyed it. I enjoy that kind of thing, right? And I try to pack all the things I want to draw in there too, but not in a way that's ham-fisted or one thing. This is one thing. I'm an old school guy, and that's the that. I don't really have to tell you that. I think it's kind of obvious, right? So I'm an old school guy. So all of these things like self-insertion and into your writing and all that kind of stuff. That doesn't even enter my mind. Sure, write what you know, or use your experiences for your characters, but do so sparingly, and don't make it about you or your politics or your beliefs or anything like that, man. Unless it's an autobiographical thing, then do it. But imprinting that, I find on tried and true characters and stuff, that's not good, man. That ain't good. And I don't think I need to really even tell anybody that. That's just an obvious thing, right? That character that somebody created got over on its own. If you change it, it's not what that thing was that got over. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm talking about, man. Create your own thing. Don't, change a thing, a tried true thing that people have expectations for because they made it popular. They're the ones who actually created its popularity. So you do have to, cater to those people too. And in that, you don't want to be so personal that nobody gets what the hell you're doing type of thing, or it's it's off-putting or ham-fisted or obvious or whatever. Those are my thoughts, man. I mean, my Cape Fear is absolutely written from a perspective of creative writing. There's no message, other than whatever you might find in it, but nothing's put in for, for me to tell you what to do or how to think or anything like that. That's ludicrous, right? So no, it's just a story that is entertaining, man. And yeah, it's about a dude who changes. It's a body horror thing, right? So yeah, man, there's that element too. So if you like that, I think I'm going to really lean into that aspect of it as I continue the series. I'm gonna do 3 at some point. I'm gonna do 3. I've got 3 written and kind of fleshed out, and the only problem is it leads to too much other good stuff that I'd like to write about and do. But you know what? No, I can't. I gotta hold myself back, because here's the thing. I have I have an idea for a comic that I would actually just love to do. Just and have gore and humor and all kinds of fun stuff. And yeah, I really want to do that after doing Cape Fear 2, because yeah, it's straight up what I want to do, man. Cartooning and I've really increased my cartooning game with my adult art. I gotta get the there. Akala. Just in case anybody's able to watch. Just in case anybody who's watching wants to comment or anything, I actually can see that now. Where before I didn't. I had it on a different page. Yeah. So sorry about that, guys. If I didn't acknowledge your what do you call it, presence. Yeah, but that was why. So yeah, apologies. Yeah, putting in the little details, putting in the scruffiness, getting the feel down, getting that texture. I always say texture. But yeah, getting that in is really important, to set the tone. So you want to do more complete pencils for things of this, I would say, importance, magnitude, pop. This is a lasting thing. This will be a legacy to you for a long time, man. So do your best. And don't take it in a bad way if I say it's a legacy that will, kind of last forever for you. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to have. I have tons of stuff that I've done that, I didn't want to publish because it wasn't, I didn't think it was good enough. But, don't let that stop you from continuing to learn and do better and all of that stuff, yeah, you'll have failures, man. I still do. In fact, maybe I'll do a because I didn't throw them away. And maybe I'll have an unveiling, an unboxing or unshaming of some of the ones that I flubbed that I thought were awful. I think there's a couple of celebrity portraits. I think yeah. So yeah, they're awful, man. But yeah, maybe I'll show you guys those just to show you, man. I don't have it all my damn self. Yeah, so what I'm going, I decided to put this sort of New York kind of emblem on his, or logo on his hat. So I like it's awful, like, but it just evokes that. It just evokes that feeling, that sense of that type of hat with the New York thing. It doesn't. I don't think you can see it. I don't think you can see the NY, but I'll make that more apparent in the inking. But yeah, that's the front of his hat. So he's, obviously he's got the hat on backwards. So you're seeing that there. You're seeing that New York logo, which is only in another, I think, one other panel. Yeah. Yeah, consistency is key, man, and it's very hard. Like that's where I find it's very difficult to always be consistent. Well, I mean, it just takes time, is what I'm saying, I think. Yeah, because you have to do your checking and things, and often changing stuff too. I've got, like, man, I did a page the other day. It's awful. Like, I have to change it because it's the dynamics are terrible. So I have to change it. Like, I have to change it, man. And I think I might even just do it over. Because that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, yeah, I should just trash the whole page. And that's what that's how I work, man. Like, I never used to be like that, trust me. Like, I would try to, but I try to get things, finished. Deadlines for zombie portraits, man, like, those are the things that I hold in like the most regard or of importance. Cape Fear 2, clearly, I had enough stuff to do that I was too busy, and I made myself busier because I was dreading it. Yeah, man, I got myself, clocked, man. I can do my own, I can do my own psychoanalysis. I know what I'm doing. I know the little tricks I play with my mind. Yeah. You gotta do Cape Fear, but first I gotta get this done. 7 months later. Yeah, it's like that, man. So, just finding new ways to not do it. Because I was just scared. It's true. Well, I wasn't scared. I was just apprehensive and scared. And scared, but more scared, though. Yeah, no, I was, yeah, well, it's one of those things, man. You gotta live up to, you gotta live up to your past thing, and, like I said, I had already done some pages. There was already pages done long ago for Cape Fear 2, and I just abandoned it for some reason. I think I was burnt out, or God knows what it was, right, that prevented me from continuing at the time, because I had built up some steam there. Like, I think I had gotten 22 pages done, and you know what? I actually did photo shoots. Man, that was a long time ago, with friends of mine that posed for a sequence that was done in a bar, right? So there's a sequence in a bar, and I had my friends pose for it, and I took the photos to use as reference. So yeah, like, I did all this stuff, and more. There was more. There was more stuff I referenced to, like Toronto reference, because it takes place in Toronto, like Toronto, Canada. And yeah, so wanting to do all that prep work and then starting the pages, man. Like I started the pages. I did, like I said, I think 21 like pages. So I don't know what like made me not continue at that time, but it was something, and I couldn't, you know. So here we are. How many years later, I have no idea, but I'm finally doing it, man. I'm finally doing it. So, yeah. And I'd like you to, kind of be along for the ride, guys. I'd love to show you how it's kind of done. And, if you're into that at all, if you're into the process stuff, yeah. This is you've come to the right place. And I mean not just even the comic, but like so much more stuff, right? Like I've got this little goodie for you guys. But you can't don't blame me if you go mad looking at this too long. But here's this. I might be working on this a little later. Just adding more dimension to it, like thickening some lines and see, this I went from almost thin, and I'm gonna go to thick because I want to be able to see what I'm blocking off, right? So what's coming forward, and what's receding, and then here's another one, and it's quite mad, yeah. So I might be working on some of that later on if you guys want to see that going on, Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. And that's a thing too where I go, you know what, I'm going to work on a little bit from time to time, and then eventually it'll be finished. Eventually one night I'll finish it, and then it'll go on Zombie Daily. And it's not like I'm going, oh yeah, I did this in a day. Like you see those artists, like they'll post a photo or like a photo of their art, and it's like this amazing page, and it's like sketched on the bus with one crayon or some shit, man. You're like, yeah, okay, man. It's this totally, ornate, like, yeah, it's taken longer than the claim, man, I just find those funny. Kind of Magnoliaing out here, man, using simplicity. And you know what? It kind of works because of the environment, which you'll see what it is later. Yeah, one of the most detailed splash pages that I think I've ever done, possibly. Is one of the pages in this comic, in this graphic novel, and I have posted it before. I don't know how much of it is around, but I did post it a couple of times long ago on Facebook, maybe. But since I'm not on Facebook at all anymore. Yeah, I don't know where. Maybe I posted it on. Maybe I posted it on my Patreon, perhaps. Yeah, so check that out. It's of hell. Yeah, so it's a pretty crazy. Yeah, pretty crazy detailed drawing. Like in the sort of Jeff Darrow vein, like that sort of that kind of detail where everything is drawn. There's not a lot of cross hatching or like things like that, but everything has its own form almost. Like every little spike, every little this, every little that. So yeah, like that kind of detail. I like that kind of stuff. So when I get a chance to, really, do a great establishing shot, then yeah, like I'm gonna take advantage of that, right? And do a really good splash page. Like, man, you look at some of Kirby's splash pages when he was working for DC in the 70s, I guess. And man, those splash pages, you know what? They look simple and kind of like, primitive or whatever, but they are pure power and detail, man. Like, actually, I did a recreation cover of the Demon #1, the Kirby Demon #1, and man, that was really hard. That was incredibly hard to do. Like to recreate Kirby, I guess, and Royer, or what's his name, Mike Royer's inking. I think he inked it. I think he inked it. I'm not sure if he inked it or Kirby inked it himself. I can't remember now. But yeah, whoever did the cover, it was Kirby and someone else. If it wasn't Kirby inking it, then it was super hard to do. And I've done Gil Kane. I've done, I think, who else? Who else have I? Actually, was it John Buscema? Yes, it was John Buscema, inked by Sal Buscema, and it was Silver Surfer number 11, I think. The one where it's Silver Surfer, and it's Thor on the Rainbow Bridge, like about to thrust his hammer, about to like hit him with the hammer as Surfer's coming at him, and that's such a cool cover, man. I think I actually did that. I recreated it, and somebody requested it as a zombie version, of which I did too, which was also awesome. I really enjoyed doing that. So yeah, if you guys have any customs you'd like, you get original art, man. You just request a character or whatever, and I will zombify that for you as well. And my rates are very, very affordable, and that's what I pride myself on. And yeah, check it out, man. Check it out. You can get some original art of your choosing, and yeah, it'll go on Zombie Daily. And if you want, you can even watch me do it. Yeah, I'll do it in the live stream, man. So get your requests in, man. Like order some customs, and go to my Zombie Daily page on my Patreon in the comments. Or go to Zombie Portraits. Check out Zombie Portraits, and you can contact me directly from there too. And yeah, get a custom done, man. Your very own art. And like I said, if you want me to do a live stream of me doing it, that'd be fun, man. I'd love to do that too. So yeah. And, if you couldn't tell, that was an idea I just had. that wasn't premeditated. I'm like, yeah, I can do live streams of that now. So, I hope you're seeing this. I hope you're digging it. I'm going to get maybe even in a bit closer if I can. I just want to make sure you can see me doing the, pencils. I kind of have to wait a bit. Oh yeah, okay. All right, yeah, that's a good. Okay, so this character is hideous. My whole thing with hell is that it's, you know, like one of the features of hell in my universe is that it always strives to undo the will of God, you know, like, or the supreme being, or whatever the opposite of hell is, or whatever you want to call it, and, you know, go against his creation, right? Like, it's like the opposite of good, you know. At least that's the kind of, like, simplistic yet, you know, ancient sort of, you know, ideologies, right? So good and evil, man. Like, you know, there's things there are things that, you know, the characters do that will make you, you know, say, well, that's clearly an evil character if they want to do this, you know, and clearly good characters that want to, you know, help and, you know, make the world a better place, make the universe a better place, right? So there always should be that distinction, man. I really do. Like, yeah, your villain or whatever absolutely would have flaws, right? Absolutely would have misgivings or self-worth issues or whatever, right? Like, somehow to give that character, you know, a reasoning, or, you know, because of the hurt and like disassociation from everything else, and, you know, you're alone and all that stuff, right? So you can become villainous, you can become spiteful, and you know, so creating those features in the character again really helps to you know, draw that character, or realize that character, or, you know, give that character the tone, a consistent tone, unless, you know, that's not the unless it's the Joker and consistent tone isn't part of his, you know, gimmick, right? But you know what I mean? Like, you give that character the parameters that keep it consistent, so that people, you know, kind of can rely on or expect things, or even surmise things that might be red herrings and things like that in your story, right? So all of those little, I guess, details are kind of what I you know, put in for the story. And, you know, I'm not a writer, man. I'm not, like, I don't want to call myself a writer, because that's not what that's not what I should be hired to do. Okay. However, I have written things like Cape Fear and, you know, all the Cape Fear stories. And did I do anthologies? Did I write those, or was I given a script? I think I was given a script. Okay, so I didn't write those. No, I did. I did horror comics for this little, I think, Californian outfit. Yeah, I haven't heard from the guy in a while. Like, the page rate was like dog shit. But you know what? I was like, no, I'll do it anyway. I'll do it for you, man, because I kind of want to do it, you know. And yeah, the page rate was awful, and I was like, no, I can't even, you know. It got to the point where I think that's why maybe I haven't heard from him in a while, unless he's not doing it anymore. I can't remember the name of the, like, company or publishing thing, but yeah, he I guess he would get he got a bunch of artists, like me included, and we all contributed to this horror anthology that he put out, like, once a year, twice a year, maybe. Yeah. So I've got those stories, man. I did like a swamp creature type of thing with zombies. Oh yeah, and then I did yeah, it was all zombie related. Yeah, okay. So it's yeah. I did a Goodfellas type of thing with zombies. I think that one sucked though, man. I don't know. I can't, like, I thought it was awful maybe, and maybe it's not that bad. But again, like, you know, the pay was like, the pay was awful, and I guess I was like, okay, I'm gonna put, I can't afford the time to put in like 10 times what I'm getting paid for this. I had to come to that realization and go like, okay, I can't continue doing this. You know, I've got other like really way more important things. But I mean, I wasn't gonna like welch on the guy, and I never did. Like, I always hit my deadline, and yeah, we had a great relationship too. You know what? I don't remember anything about it other than I did it, and I remember getting copies of the magazine that I was in multiple times. Like whichever one I was in, he'd send me a copy of it, and I was like, awesome, man! Like, that's great, you know. So I have them in my collection. You know, my comic book magazine or whatever collection. So, yeah. And yeah, I've done other comics too. I think for a company called Silverline, I did a vampire comic with a buddy of mine who lives in my town, who works for Marvel, or worked for Marvel, and like I guess hasn't maybe worked there in a little while, but he worked for Marvel for forever. Like, he was, you know, but I think he's doing his own thing now or something. I don't know the details, but yeah, he's a Marvel dude, you know. And yeah, we ended up collaborating on this. I don't even know how that happened. We collaborated on this vampire action comic. Like, it was action. Like, I know there was explosions. I think there was a train. I think I had to draw a train or something. So so my friend was primarily an inker. So I penciled, and he inked my pencils. And man, like, he did an awesome job, because like, I don't think my pencils were were that great. You know what? I have to look at it again. I just know he's a great inker. Like, he's a very solid inker guy. So yeah, like he really made my pencils a lot better. I think, you know, I'm sure he even corrected things maybe too. I don't know, but yeah. So yeah, I worked for Silverline. Did a comic for Silverline, like one issue, but it was huge though. It was a huge issue, I think. Like, it was like, I think we did like 40 pages maybe. I don't know. I can't remember, but yeah. So if you check out Silverline, man. Like, I remember that like comic actually kind of fondly, man. It was kind of neat doing that. So yeah, there's some early Rob Succhetto art, comic book art. Yeah. How early? I don't know. I don't know how early it is. Like, but yeah, it was a long time ago, very long time ago. So I think this is coming along fairly good. The guy is being killed. Yeah. The prostitutes rebel against him after his father rises from the fetal goo. Yeah. and tells everyone to start attacking him. I don't. You know what? As far as language goes in the comic, I think it's so tough. Because I can't remember now if I even use swear words in the first one, but I really feel like unleashing like reality in this follow up. Almost because I want it to be more like horror oriented, like I want it to be more like ugly. So yeah, like, and maybe like the last one is really like not over the top, but like exceptionally, detailed and gory and horror oriented, like to the max. Progressively getting more scary because it's Cape Fear, man. And you know what? You know what bothers me? Here's this. I gotta say this. Like, you could ask, like 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds what Gilligan's Island is. And, like, I actually did that in one of my art classes once, and I asked the students, like, if they knew what Gilligan's Island was. And none of them knew. None of them knew what Gilligan's Island was. And I was like, wow, okay, that is surprising. But you know what I still get, though? When I'm at cons sometimes, and I've got the Cape Fear book, it's like, people have actually literally asked me, like, is this the Cape Fear, like, movie? And I'm like, what? How do you remember that? You're like 20. How do you remember the Cape Fear movie? Like, that's a movie you've seen? That's like, what? There's other Cape Fears, man. Like, the Cape Fear is a place, man. And like, it could be other things than that movie. And how on earth does this super young kid remember that? In order to even ask me that, you know what I mean? Like, that's just funny to me when, I asked a classroom full of, 21-year-olds or so what Gilligan's Island was, and they had no idea, Which, man, I thought Gilligan's Island was way more of a cultural, tent pole than Cape Fear. Like, yeah, I don't know. Sure, it was a Scorsese movie, but like that's an old movie, man. Anywho, ramblings, shamblings. So, yeah, this guy is just abhorrent. He just looks like piles of flesh and teeth, and like, I don't know, covered in milk and blood, so like very repulsive, and a lot of like veins and pock marks and potholes and pits and all kinds of groovy items, man, on his skin, making up his flesh, making up his entire being, such as it is. So yeah, very, very disgusting creature. Because it's hell. Yeah. So that's what we want. That's what we want. That's what we want in this, for this sequence, like, And like I said, man, I might have to redo some pages because the art style's changed. And you know what, man? I'm down with that. I think, I know I am because I've done a whole series of comics and not, use them. Like, I've completed comics done that will never see the light of day. So, yeah. That's how committed I am to the bit, man. Yeah. So here it is. We've got some great sort of Hellraiser-ish, and maybe beyond. Like, yeah, you know what? I guess this is kind of like, maybe a Cenobite type of thing. Maybe it could be like a soldier of hell, because of things that happen later. So yeah, there is pretty finished page, pencils, that is. And it's got a nice flavor to it. It's got a nice taste to it. If you're looking at it on the whole, I'll try to prop it up for you to see. I'm a bit out of sync here, so I'll just have to hold it for a sec. Okay, well, back more, maybe. Yeah. Yeah? Okay. Okay. So, yeah, it has a flow, right? So we go from panel to panel to panel to panel. And so we're, kind of zoomed in on this guy in that first panel. Action takes place. Now we're zooming out, way out, and we're slowly zooming back into the same kind of, zoom in that we started with. But there was a journey there. There was a story being told there, Lots of things were happening on this page. So without the dialogue, which I don't think there's very much on this anyway, until I think this panel here, because as you can see, the head here, and then I'm gonna, there'll be like a word balloon there, so that'll actually be the all those lines, all those dissecting lines, right? Like even his hand placement aligns with the tilt of his head in that last panel. So I'm dissecting the page. So yeah, those things I keep in my head, right? And next time, I'm going to do a new page for you. It'll be the continuation of this page here that I just finished. And I think I should get to doing some of these crazy guys, man. Like, where do you start? I might even have some new pens that I've never used since I started this. No, I don't think it's that old. I think it's... I don't think it's that old. I think it might be a couple months old, maybe. So, yeah. But I wanna put some thicker holding lines on it, give it some depth, and hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Maybe if I bring it down here. Holding the fucking line. Yeah, so, with the hell creatures, there's no utility to them. They're there doesn't need to be, because the most benign, assuming thing can envelop you and reduce you to bone in seconds, minutes, depending on how long it wants you to suffer, right? And like that'll keep happening over and over again with these creeps, with these creeps. Yeah. So, and then there's the ones like this, and then there's the ones like this that are absolutely hideous, and if you saw them in real life, you'd probably go mad. Yeah, I got some weird looking antlers going on here. Let me try to get that in there better. Yeah. Yeah, so if you guys want to order a Cape Fear graphic novel for yourself, I will leave the link in the description below, and you can grab a copy. I can send you a signed copy. Maybe I'll put a little drawing in there for you too, a little remark. But I hope you dig it, man. Pick it up. It's $20, man, for 150 pages. Not a bad deal, And I think you'll enjoy it. I think you'll enjoy it. I wouldn't be doing the second one if I didn't have that much faith in the first one, in terms of even on just an artistic level, like I didn't scrimp on anything. You know what I mean, in terms of storytelling, detail, and things like that. So I really did my best. Stuff like that, like I said, it's people will remember you by that stuff, and that's important, man. You want to make it really good. You want to make it as good as you can, right? And I think that's really important, that you shine, right? There's some weird stuff going on in this. Yeah. Like, yeah, wooden stumps sticking out of flesh, and this guy's crazy. This guy's out of his goddamn mind. Oh, that thing's throwing up that part of its body. Okay. All right. That's all the clarification I needed. Doesn't it? You know what? This looks like one of those super heavy metal band, like those. I don't know if it's speed metal, black metal, or whatever. Like those bands that have those logos that are totally undecipherable. But here, this would be a cool one, man. Because it almost looks like that, and I think this one even looks more like that, actually. Now that I'm looking at it, yeah, you can. It looks like one of those band names. That'd be cool, man. Like if it was this, that would actually be cool. It's a eldritch creature, man. That's how. What's more metal than this? Yeah, it comes straight from hell. It's all H.P. Lovecraft inspired. Yeah, that is metal, man. Oh, that he's metal, man. Yeah, that is metal, man. Are we made man or are we made man? We are made man. Yeah. What's more what's more metal than a creature from hell? That's your band name. Yeah. Can't say it. It'll drive you mad. It's mere name will shatter your senses. The human mind can't deal with the astronomical ramifications of the name. It's like Black Bolt's voice, man. So metal. So yeah, just adding more levels of detail and depth. That's the thing. That's the thing I wanted to try to do with this. Add those levels of depth to actually kind of show what's in front of what, and make things a little more defined, yeah, like define things a little bit more. So that's where the thicker holding line goes, yeah. Oh my goodness! Oh wow! What a month! What a week! Yeah, it's Friday, guys. I hope you saw I hope you saw the Venom posted on my Patreon today. So yeah, go check out the Venom the Venom drawing I just did, actually on the live stream the other day, from top to bottom. Except yeah, I added a bit more inks off camera, but just to touch it up. But yeah, it's up, and you can check it out on my Patreon, and I'll leave the link below, so you can check that out. Yeah, it's a pretty good Venom, man. Pretty good zombie Venom there. It was fun. I liked doing it. So yeah, and that's where all the art I do here ends up. It ends up on my Zombie Daily Patreon. There. Wow. Yeah, you know what? You could work for 2 hours on this, and it would seem like you've done nothing. Yeah. Yeah. But that's okay. That's okay. These guys take time. They do. There's nothing you can do about it. It's that kind of detail, and you really have to put in the hours for it, because you can't fake it. You can't rush it, right? It has to be well drawn and not implied, because that's how I started the drawing, and that's what I wanted to do for it. The drawings in this series I want to be able to do more of, perhaps. So I want to be able to go, okay, this is the style I'm using for it, and I don't want to really deviate that much from it. I want to stay consistent with the detail and make it real detail, rather than implied and or crazy lines. But yeah, so that's that's one of, I think, many of these like really out there, crazy flesh monsters from hell type of thing. Zombie flesh monster, dead flesh monsters from hell. That's what I think. That's what this series is called. And there's not tons because they do take a long time to do. But they're getting up there, man. They're getting up there. So more where this came from, if you're into this kind of art too, just check out the Patreon and go to the search bar, and type in whatever you want to find. You'd be amazed what you'd find, Yeah. So I'm going to do another page from Cape Fear tomorrow, Cape Fear 2 rather, and if you guys want to watch me do that, you can tune in at around 9, and you can check out my live stream then, or you can check it out tomorrow, or the next day rather, on the recording on the live channel. So yeah, either way, you get to see me do some drawing, and if you want to sort of, get some pointers or, get some experience looking at how, I'm inking stuff or drawing stuff or whatever, if that strikes your fancy, then of course you can do that too. This is all process stuff that I'm doing, of course. The finished product is always posted on my Patreon and Zombie Portraits page. So check those out for daily new zombie art as well. All the stuff that I do in these live streams will end up there for you to enjoy. And I hope support. Yeah. So this has a long way to go. There's going to be another round of forming details, like within the creature itself. So that means like I'm going to do like more details, but making the texture, do form like details, but making the texture part of that, like, form, right? So I'll show you. Like I'll take a number. What do I have here? No, it's too big. Too big. Oh yeah, number 2 here. And so, if you can see, I'm actually going to get right in there. Okay, so I'm going to do this. These are the kinds of details I'm talking about. So to give things more form, but also add, texture. That almost looks like a grub. Like a larva. Larva! Yeah, when I was a kid, I was a total outside guy, man. I was... So I was like really in with nature, man. I was, hiking and going to the creek. Going to the creek. Yeah. Minnow trapping. Man, like, I don't know if I could be any more of a nerd. Like, that is... Anyway, yeah, he kept to himself mostly. Yeah, that's... No, never hurt... Like, never, that was not... The intention was not to hurt animals or anything like that. That's why I gave up doing, having frogs for pets, because they would die and I would feel horrible about it. So, I wouldn't do it anymore. But man, like the stuff that I saw, having frogs as pets, man, was like, is nature crazy or what? So yeah, just stuff, man. Anyway, I just love nature. I just love the textures and life and shapes and everything, like every aspect, except for being alone in it, lost. That would not be cool. I don't think anybody's down with that. But you know what? I'm not as much. I have to get sort of back to nature, man. Like, I'm not as much into it now because just, the grind, man. The grind. I love the grind, though. I do. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, like, it doesn't offer me much time to do outdoor stuff. But, man, like, when I'm outdoors, I stay outdoors. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm out there cutting the grass or something, I want to stay out there for a while, even after everything's all done, and you want to just experience outside because you're always kind of doing indoor things, right? So at least for me, anyway. You know what, guys? Here's the thing. Like, I wouldn't be talking about it if it didn't have something to do with the creation of my art. Like, almost every aspect of everything I do has to do with art in some way. Just in the way when I talk about nature, it's like, okay, I'm talking about nature because of its impact in my art and how, I use, like, even just muscle memory and whatever, to create, because like I said, when you touch that thing, whatever it is you're drawing, when you touch that thing, it gives you more mental gear to be able to draw it, and so yeah, man, I really feel that going out and experiencing stuff like that, and just taking your sketchbook everywhere, of course, if you're a starting out like artist, and even if you're not, man, like get that sketchbook out, man. And I love looking at sketchbooks too. I love that. I really love seeing the stuff that people kind of doodle and create and like just screw around with and stuff, like almost more so than finished things. Like I really love sketchbooks. And when you're doing stuff in a sketchbook, often you're kind of like trying to legit draw something representational, right? Like you're using nature or whatever as a study, so you're trying to draw that thing. You're trying to be able to like draw that thing, right? And that's not a sort of like knock against creativity, but if you're able to draw things that do exist, that will help you draw things that don't, like stuff from your imagination, right? You got to start somewhere, not starting like just starting out like just doodling and stuff is fine, but like if you want to improve and whatever, drawing from life and experiencing life is really great. Like even when I started out working, like I worked at a camera shop. a lot of you out there probably don't know what that is, but yeah, a camera shop is like, it was called Black's Cameras, or just blacks actually. It was just blacks because we sold like film and we processed pictures and all that stuff too. So yeah, like I don't know if the camera part was ever part of the title, maybe at one point, but no, it was just blacks. Look it up, man. Look it up. It's crazy, man. But yes, I worked at a camera shop. I'm gonna get drunk at the old flower shop. But yeah, worked there, and again, like that helped with my art, man. Like I was able to process photos. I was able to take more photos and stuff, and to use as reference, and all that stuff. Like yeah, it was great for that. You know, it was great for that. So you know, and I worked a job where it wasn't super busy all day, so I would draw. Like they said, you know, you could do whatever you want, like watch TV, bring in some movies to watch or whatever. But so I ended up drawing. So I I could almost sit there and get paid to draw. You know, just like other people are sitting there and get paid to watch movies. You know. So I wasn't taking advantage of anything. I was just doing it because, you know, they said, hey, do whatever passes the time, right? So I was reading at one point. That was awful because then and there I was like, no, I can't read to stay awake. Like the printed page is awful to me. Like it's just a gray blob almost, and I can't. And that sounds so awful for me to say, but I just can't do it, man. It's a sleeping pill. You know, I need to see. I need to see colors, man, and you know, superheroes. No, but like I learned so much from comics. You know, I learned so much from comics when I was a kid. Like I learned words, man, that you know that they used. You know, so yeah, and you know, I learned how to draw too, right? You learn how to draw from comics, right? So, but yeah, the printed page is not great for me. So, yeah, this is a comic. Oh goodness, guys! Excuse me. Oh, that is terrible. And it's not. I'm not tired. It's just a react. I guess because I'm. I guess it's because I'm nonstop talking. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Oh yeah. Okay. So there's a bunch of stuff for you to have checked out tonight. I'm going to do I think I'm just going to do the holding line here on this Pokemon. Hitmontop. I actually remembered that name, Hitmontop. Yeah. So this is the character. It's a Pokemon character, and I'm zombifying it. And I'm putting in all kinds of crazy details that just aren't there. Yeah, because he was drawn as like something, just like a balloon almost. But yeah, I'm adding all kinds of like veins and other bones and rib cages and all kinds of stuff. And I don't know if he's got that as a structure. Yeah, so guys, check out my Patreon page for sure. That's where all the good stuff goes, all the zombie art that you see here. There is also occasionally bonus posts where I post regular art. So those are really interesting to see. So check those out. It's a departure from what I normally do, in that I'm either doing nature drawings or celebrities that have either passed or that I'm commemorating for whatever reason. So yeah, those are like extras, man. Like those are little extras that you get just by checking out the Patreon page. I did a really, really great Billy Idol and Rob Halford from Judas Priest, and I think an Eddie Van Halen that's really good. So amongst some others. So yeah, please check that out. Those are bonus posts. They're actually, if you want to type in bonus posts into the search bar, you'll probably see all of them, because I think I designated them all with that same name of bonus posts, like whatever they were, plus bonus post as a indication of what it is. So if you actually type that in, you can see all of them all at once, or one at a time rather, whatever, But yeah, they're fun because they're different from the zombie stuff that I do, So yeah, you might want to check that out. It's neat. Yeah. And did you know? This is the most weird thing ever. It's so hard to even wrap my head around this, but I apparently, with a friend of mine in high school, did the first stop motion Lego movie, and it's on this YouTube page. If you want to check it out, yeah, like we did a stop motion Lego castle thing in high school for AV class, and I did this interview with these young individuals from a college, I think, who's I can't remember what the reason. I think it was they were doing a some kind of report on me in terms of artists, or favorite artists or something like that. I think that's what it was. I'm not positive, but I think that's what it was. Anyway, they said, "Oh, we really love your YouTube videos," and I was like, "Oh, wow, thanks." I'm like, I didn't know that people from the United States, in that part of the country, even knew about who I was, But so they said they really loved them, and they go, "We think you might have the first Lego stop motion movie." And I said, "What?" Because I didn't even think about it. And they said, "Yeah, we actually looked around and we think that that's the first one ever." And I was like, so I actually did research, and there is another one around that time, but it says it's from 85 to 89. So they're not sure, but it's somewhere in that time frame. And I'm like, well, I know mine's from 85 for sure, because it's right on the video, So I could prove mine is I never thought I'd have to do that, but that's crazy. We weren't obviously thinking of that when we were doing it. But those young individuals said they kind of told me, "Oh yeah, we think it's the first one." And when I did the research, I'm like, "Yeah, I think it is too. That's really crazy, man." So yeah, check it out if you want to laugh. It's apparently the first stop action Lego movie of all time. And it's on my YouTube page here, my YouTube channel. Yeah. Strange things, man. Strange things. Like, I don't know. I think that's pretty noteworthy. Right? I don't know. Yeah, I'll never forget doing that, though. We literally built the castle brick by brick. And this giant castle. And then we animated the Lego minifigs. And did a plasticine dragon that they fought, you know. So yeah, that was kind of crazy, man. That was kind of crazy. But who knew I'd put it on my YouTube channel like decades later, and have somebody say it was the first of something, you know. That's nuts, man. Yeah. So I thought that was a hoot. Yeah, check it out. Check it out. There we go. Well, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up for this evening. I think I've probably done quite a bit of stuff. You know, I'm going to do more comic book stuff next time. And there's what I've done today. You know, and I'm going to embellish that even more. And yeah, ink it, of course. Ink that, and I've got tons more to do, and I got to start drawing again. I got to start drawing some new stuff. I'm gonna do some pinups, I think, some more Pokemon, and so if you want to see me embellish a couple of those too in the upcoming weeks or days, really, I'm gonna try to do live streams every day if I can. The thing is that sometimes Robbie needs a break. Sometimes Robbie needs a movie night. So you know, I might have to take a day off or two. But yeah, man. You know, if I'm working here, I think I'll be live streaming for you guys to check it out. You know, and come be my friend. Yeah, come be my friend. Yeah, we'll have fun, guys. Okay? All right. So, I am Rob Cicetto. Thank you for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe to the channel and like the video. And yeah, your subscription really means a lot, guys. It really does. And I don't need a lot to be motivated, but it would be awesome if just by the very nature of the popularity of this show or these videos, I could be monetized. That would be so awesome. You know, as an artist, it's always great to have another revenue stream because it's tough, man. It's tough doing it. You're doing it all day long, all the time. You know, especially I am doing that. And yeah, I have to look after the household too because it's just me here and me and the drawings. So yeah, that's you know, another consideration too. Like I have a lot of things to do outside of just drawing, business wise and things like that. And you know, gotta cut the grass sometimes. Yeah, I gotta be everything, right? So yeah. And it's fine. I am not complaining at all. Like, you know, being self-sufficient is a great thing. Oh man, it's the best. And you know, not having to bend the knee to anyone or anything. You know, obviously the almighty dollar, sure, because that's the way the planet's. You know, that's the way we do stuff on this rock. So yeah, like that's always a thing, right? But other than that, I'm happy being an artist. I'm happy being your artist. I'm happy being the Earth's premier and you know, best zombie artist, and I serve the pleasure of the planet. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Please thumbs up the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna go for now, and I'll be back soon. But until then, best wishes and love, guys. I will, be back. Yeah, very shortly. We'll do some more. We'll do some more drawing. All right. Take